Okay, it's allowing me to allow everyone to record except Ashish Inamdar. For whatever reason, it doesn't allow, that's not showing up on his menu.
Yeah, yeah, I'm from the tab, so I won't be able to record, but my team has it recorded, so no worries.
Okay. I don't know why it's not showing up on your menu. So, all right. Mark, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm going to just have to do it off my computer. I can't get into the phone, so I'm going to stay this way.
Okay. All right. So, I pulled up the graphical view. I sent out the project plan as well to everyone. The one that we originally stepped through back, I think it was September 13th. There's a few more details added to it, but it's still the same same project plan. Actually, let me pull it up. I sent you guys an Excel extract of it, and the task IDs on the project plan are the items that are marked here in terms of what we need to get working for the solution. So the main thing is the whole section about demonstrating the technologies. That's what this discussion is about. And let me just kind of collapse each of these areas, because that's basically what it breaks down to is the SAP extract, the IA rules execution, data stage rules execution, the information governance catalog, each of the pieces, the Cognos, data quality exception manager, and the information governance dashboard. And then there's the business process manager, stewardship center, email notification workflow management. So if we can get each of those pieces working, that's the goal of what we're trying to demonstrate.
So just a quick question.
Yes.
What is the high level flow of the demonstration we're going to put together in PowerPoint? And if we have to drill down into the content.
Okay, let me just back up. I think we're trying to overthink this. The demonstration is going to be a 5-minute movie that's going to be playing on a monitor without sound.
Right.
The demonstration will be ad hoc, most likely in the back, depending, based on discussions. You meet somebody, you're talking about, hey, can you show me this? We'll go back and we'll show that. We're not putting together a formal end-to-end demonstration on this solution.
I don't think that's the way it works, Scott. So I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a rolling movie for about 2 to 3 minutes, as you said, without sound. That's just played over and over again in the booth.
Correct. That's what I just said.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you said that it was going to be just on demand.
Okay, so
yeah, the movie will be playing. The demonstration of the technology, going back and drilling into the technology, going behind the scenes and seeing each of these pieces work, would be on demand.
what
The movie would be constantly playing.
What's in the movie? That's what I'm asking.
The movie will be probably 90% presentation, PowerPoint, screenshots, drilling through it, 10% stepping through some of the screens.
Okay, so what screens and what screen captures?
That's why I'm trying to get any of this working so that you can show me what pieces are working so that we can decide what pieces to put in there. I would like to see some of the dashboard, some of the information, the rules executing, going in there. Show me some of those pieces. You know, I was hoping to see a demonstration of any of it so that we can put those pieces, keeping in mind that we've got for the whole movie, you know, 3 minutes. And so you're not going to be able to sit there and demonstrate the whole thing. We're going to have little clips, little pieces. So we've got to decide which pieces, what little tiny maybe 5 to 10 second clips here and there that we're going to be showing, maybe a little bit longer. What pieces would be best to show? But we've got to get those pieces working. You know, these screenshots here, you know, we've got some here in the stewardship center, some of the dashboards, some of the more visual pieces, executing some of the rules and seeing the results, seeing some of the errors that are coming up, drilling into one of the errors and seeing the results. You know, small little clips like that is about all that we're going to be able to show.
I'm just thinking we'll be able to get in place by then. I think that we'll probably get as far as IGC and we'll get past that. So we may have to use some of the screenshots created earlier or direct the offshore team to create screenshots from Arthrex.
Yeah, I was just going to suggest if we could get on the Arthrex machine and grab those, as long as we don't have any specific data there that's obviously their data. You know, if it's generic data, then we could perhaps get away with that. And if it's in the stewardship center, it should be fairly generic.
Yeah, yeah. That I agree with that, Chris. So Ashish Oswal, do we have all the access that we need to take those screenshots of the end-to-end process?
No, Ashish. For now, we don't have. But what we can do is, once this setup is complete and when we will be bringing the assets from production to the new dev environment, we can grab. We will be having access because we have the administrator access on the new dev environment. So once
when are you going to be pulling that back? Is that going to be over the next day or so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Mostly tomorrow we'll be pulling that, Chris, from production. So Ashish, what I want to do is that we'll grab those screenshot as a backup, but still I want you guys to keep on working on this solution, because even though we put that in presentation, we still want to get this stuff working. So keep putting the progress and the efforts that you're doing over here, and that just plan. Okay.
So Ashish, while we are working here, I just wanted to ask Mark and Scott, what if you're going to see material? Sorry, Ashish, you were saying something?
We'll get to that in a bit.
Okay, fine.
Now, one of the things that I sent to everybody on this call about a month ago was Robert Gubra put together a training video actually for Arthrex, actually stepping through the Arthrex solution,
Yes.
Going through and doing it. Now, the content itself of the video, it really didn't show the business rules. It really didn't have the level of the business rules that we have today. But the format of the way it stepped through some of the pieces was pretty good. And I don't know if everybody had taken a look at that.
Yes, we have, Scott.
If you got some ideas, and even if we got any of those pieces working where you could step through segments of that and demonstrate those pieces, and we could capture those pieces. Those are the type of things that we're looking for.
Yes, Scott. Almost everybody on this call has gone through that video. Our concern was that since it is all compassing everything, we just want to focus on the materials right now, right? So that where the team had specific questions. So we'll get into that with Mark, the questions that we have for this to get it working. Right now we are at the IGC, like Mark mentioned, and there were a few hiccups and all those things. So now we are at the IGC stage. So we have to move forward from here.
Yeah, and if you guys concentrate on getting it working, Mark and I can concentrate on the bigger picture.
Yes.
And in terms of what specific pieces we can prioritize in terms of whether or not we can even get it done technically in order to take captures of it from our system, or if we have to do it from Arthrex, or if we have to do it from our system just because of an Arthrex logo somewhere or content.
Okay, so in order to do that, there's a lot of content here, and to build that out, I need to be focused with Ashish on this. Can we just walk through where we are so far?
Yes, that would be a good idea, Mark. Let's do that.
Let's do it from this graphical view right here. In terms of let's keep it simple. What we're looking at right here from these pieces, where are we with that? Or do you want to go more detailed than that, Mark?
Well, how can we? There's so much stuff here. We got to create a thread and concentrate on that. For example, we have 50 tables, a bunch of views, and if all of them are broken, I don't want to spend the time fixing 50 views and 50 tables. I want to have a direct path to what we need to do so that the certain IA rule will be able to run. And I think what we should do is look at the concept of the demo and back into what we need to implement. Otherwise, we're going to be spending a lot of time just guessing and doing a lot of extra work right now.
I agree with Mark.
Sure. Well, we have done the process of implemented the process of 44 to 40. That is publishing the IGC rules under data quality by running the datashet job where we are using the script. Scott, can you make it presenter so I can just show it to Mark?
Yeah. Given my estimation that we're not going to have the dashboard up by the WOW, what I think we should do is take a screen capture. And I'm just guessing where we're going to start. It's either going to be at the exception console or at the glossary.
Hey guys, sorry I lost you for a minute there. I lost power. Are you still there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, I'm running on battery backup, but actually my speakers were not on that. I had to unplug it and plug it into the power supply. I have no power, so I don't know when my computer is going to go out. So
You should be offshore.
We have a big storm running through here.
So I've been doing a lot of looking into the rules and the views, the IA rules, and executing them. And I'm finding some issues that are going to need to be redone. The table definitions, the data types are going to have to be redone. And that's a lot of work. I wanted to concentrate on the material tables, the rule, and just take that slice versus doing everything.
Do we need all of the rules running, or
No, that's what I'm saying.
At least just get some, just at least some things running? You know, we don't have to have all the rules working, just or some of the rules working. You know, at least
that's exactly right.
Yeah, at least for each of the pieces, something working from each piece.
Right, and my question is what get working?
So Mark, my question here is now, when we extract from SAP, now if we are going to focus on material, we will prepare a list of tables, those staging tables, which will extract from SAP data related to material, and then it will go to the IA material rules. So we will just focus on material for this entire flow. Is that correct?
Yes, I'll tell you what, I'm testing out the rules just this afternoon, and they're aborting. The reason they're aborting because the data types are not right. DB2 is throwing errors because of the joins and the views and the data types. So I'm revisiting those table attributes and definitions to see where we need to fix it to get these rules to run. So that's going to take some time, and I don't want to have a sheesh, you know, tell him to do every single table. I want to be very focused here. And what I'm trying to get to is focus, is what that focus is. We know it's material because customer and vendor don't have a lot of content to it, so that's good. But we need to look at the views that are being executed by the IA rules and focus on those tables for now. Come back later and fix that.
Okay.
So we look at the inventory of rules. Which ones do we want to execute and have have results as well as history? Because we're going to have to rerun this about 3 or 4 times to get some history there. And we're going to have to mess up the SAP data that we have from the demo system to illustrate that.
Okay, so Scott, can we do it like this? If on your machine, we can just find out the jobs which pull out, extract the data from SAP related to material and put them in the staging tables on DB2. If we can, what we will do is we will compile, we will prepare a list of those jobs and send you an export of that, so that we can at least make sure that piece 32 is working correct, and that Mark is working on piece 36 over here. I mean, so we can that thing. So what, Scott, what we can do is on your, because the problem is on our end, we are not able to run that SAP image.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we can just find out those jobs which extract the data from SAP for material and load them into the staging tables,
yeah,
we can knock off that piece.
Yeah, I'm doing that for you, and we'll figure out how to get the transfer the contents of those tables after the extract to your team, so you can go forward with it. But
okay. No, Mark, what I was thinking is if we can just do it on Scott's machine, so that Scott machine can be ready for the, I mean, it can be a center place instead of you sending us the data and we again sending it to Scott, because what we had decided is to sync up the things in Scott's machine. What do you think?
Well, I think in the end, Mark's machine is the one that will probably most likely be the one that we end up bringing to World of Watson.
Oh,
My
okay.
machine is a server, not a portable, a server in my house. It's not a laptop.
Okay.
It's not portable. And I have not received my Prolifics machine yet. So we would be recreating and retransferring everything. We can do that definitely to test it and everything. And you know, but the most important thing is if this is working on Mark's machine, and realistically, I think that's going to be the machine we demo at World of Watson.
Okay. Okay, then that works. Mark, if you can just send us that data to us, we can just see those staging jobs are running fine and prepare a final export of it and send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, and piece 44 to 40, the flow from 44 to 40, that has been also been done, right, Rohit? We are done with that.
Yes.
So, yeah. So
We can see the rules, the implementation of rules on data quality.
Exactly. So once we will just oversee that. I mean, we will just make sure everything is fine there, and we can also send you an export of that 44, the entire 44 thing, so that we can just join these pieces together and come to the point where Cognos and BPM are there.
I have a question over here, Scott Mark. Of that SAP extract, is there any particular sequence or any number of jobs, or just those jobs which have the SAP connection in their stages? Are those?
What the target, we will have to find out as per the target table, because we are going to focus only on material now.
Okay.
So we'll have to figure that out. I mean, we'll have to identify those jobs which load the data for material in the staging tables. So we're only pulling out those number of jobs. Mark is going to send us the data, extracting it from SAP, and we will run it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Can the offshore team bring up the glossary that you've added the rules to the IA rules to the governance rules of the stewards? Let's take a look at that real quick.
Sure. Scott, can you make me or can you stop sharing your screen?
Go to the policy hierarchy.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Go to the SAP.
I think.
Go to the SAP data monitoring.
Okay.
Okay. So these are policies that they have implemented for these different master data objects. So if we look at procure to pay, for example, procure to pay, PTP.
Okay.
That one's too basic. I wouldn't use that one. Let's go to, oh, wait. Yeah, let's go to OTC, order to cash. Okay, cool. Now, I mean, all these rules are very basic, but they don't have to be complex. The story is that we can apply these same rules to critical business processes, such as a costing run or looking at materials not extended to plants, that type of thing. We don't have to have something sophisticated in here. The idea is to show how we can monitor someone's business rules based on their business processes. So, and we could pick any one of these and weave a story about what the impact is for an item cat group that's not valid. That's not, SAP allows you to put in the GUI. When it runs it through its processes, it blows up. It causes problems. So look at item cat group. Right. So there's the rule we need to run. Item cat group check. I mean, I'm just throwing it out. I'm not going to pick the rule, but the idea is that we run that and we'll get some history on it. A rule with some type of story behind it to paint a picture of how we monitor data quality proactively and identify issues that will cause business process failures. We can start here, or we can start at the dashboard. And what I'm trying to get after is what slice of this we need to concentrate on, get working, without having to get everything up and running. Did I lose you?
No, Mark, we are here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
I think you're breaking up. That's why. Or we are breaking up. Mark, you're there?
Yes, I posed a question. I'm trying to figure out how we go about putting a story behind this in a flow and focus on those objects that are involved.
So do you want us to execute it on data quality and see whether it's getting reflected in IGC? Or because we had done it around today, implemented that for some rules.
I'm looking for direction, so I'm asking because we got a lot of stuff to do, and I want to make sure we're doing the right things.
Yeah, we're going to want to, I think what we're going to want to do is, let me review the rules that we have. I have the listing of the rules that we have in the business rules monitoring for Arthrex. Let me review that list and pick out like the 3 to 4 that would have the biggest wow factor that would actually break something, or the closest to if we have to change, like the maybe change like the criteria on it slightly, but like the the maybe 3 or 4 that would be the ones we want to concentrate on. Let me read through those. I'll send those to you, Mark, and say, all right, these are the ones we want to build our story around. Let's bring this data end to end. Pull these, these tables out of SAP. Let's, run whatever we need to against it. Let's run the rules against it. Let's build the story around these few rules. Does that sound good?
Sure.
That way we concentrate our efforts. We don't try to make everything work. We try to make those business rules work. And once we get those working, and we're able to demonstrate those all the way through, and even showing them in the dashboard and showing it in the rule details, and even assigning the steward to those rules, then we can start building out from there. Because we should be able to concentrate just on those few. Get those few done. Does that make sense, Ashish? Rohit?
Yes,
Yes.
Scott.
Other Ashish?
Yep.
It does make sense, but then once we get the rules, then we again come to the IGC point and stop over here, or what's the next step? Rohit, that was your question, right?
Yeah, my next question was after IGC, as in there is this particular process in between where we are transferring it to Cognos. Is this going to be our databases, which, because in the videos they have shown that they have access to SQL Server where they're storing the views.
I don't think we're going to get to Cognos in time. It's unknown to me. I've not done the exception council. I haven't done the Cognos or the dashboard and BPM. So I would need help there. But I'm thinking we don't need to do that. If we look at a thread to put in this presentation or this movie, some of which we can pull off of our Arthrex without having their content exposed. And we'll get to the glossary and stewards and all that. It's all on our machine. We're there right now.
Got it. Agreed. Yeah.
We have some problem. I identified a problem with the data types. When I run rules, DB2 is throwing some errors. So we're going to have to drop, recreate, and repopulate those tables. And I don't want to have to do it for all of them.
So basically, all of us need to come with a story where all of us are at the same page.
I didn't understand what you meant by that.
By meaning that once you tell us that these rules are the ones that we are focusing on, then we try to do as much as possible over here. But if not, then we go to Arthrex. But over there also we get the specific screenshot that we are going to put in the movie, which doesn't have any Arthrex specific material or data.
Yeah, correct. We're gonna come up with those. Yes, I'm gonna give you those specific rules that we're gonna build the story around. We're gonna try to get them working here.
And Ashish, once you get the access from Aditya, don't release it till I tell you. Let it be one day late. Once we get IS running and all the components running, till we get the screenshots, etc. Don't give the flag that all is done. You can take over. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, and just to to finish that thought, we'll get everything we can done on our system, and then whatever we can't get done on our system along those same rules, we'll grab what we need from Arthrex for those same rules, so that we can, for those rules, we can tell an end-to-end story.
Correct. And Rohit, this is just for you specifically. I'm telling in front of you that even though we grab it from Arthrex, it doesn't mean that you stop working on this solution. It still goes on going. It's a work in progress. Okay.
Okay. So Scott and Mark, so the main focus is this 32, 36, 40, and 44, right?
Well, for certain SAP tables, we have to redo that piece. I do 1 or 2 material tables. We have to redo the recreate the views and retest the rules that hit those tables we just dropped and recreated, and execute those. But we can execute those in 40 through IA. We don't have to do that through the data stage. The question I have, and the reason I say I don't think we're going to have this done in time, because those sequences write to underlying tables that are read by exception manager and the governance dashboard. And I haven't had time to look at that yet. So that's the big question I have right there, number 49 and 51 and 56. I think those 3 areas we're going to have to get screen captures.
Yeah, I agree with your approach, Mark. And at least if we can get one video iteration without 49, 51, and 56, if we have time, we can go and do a second video with those. But at least if we get the rest of the stuff done, and then just screen captures from Arthrex, that to me is fine, and that sounds like a realistic target.
Yeah. So Rohit, what do you need for the first part of the video? Are you there yet, or you are saying you're not there till IGC?
Yeah, the IGC part we are pretty much comfortable.
No, but then that's what Mark's concern is, and mine as well, that we don't feel that it is done, right, Mark?
Yes, and as Scott has told us that, okay.
Yeah, once you get those rules, you will be doing it end to end, right? Just for those specific rules.
Yeah.
So this is the
So
chance.
when can we get the list of rules that Ashish's team need to execute?
We already have them.
Yeah, we have the complete list. I'll review those shortly after this meeting, and I'll find the subset that we need to concentrate on. Forward those out tonight.
Okay, yeah, that was what I was asking, the subset, not the whole thing.
Yeah. And what I'll do is I may add an additional one, but if I add an additional one, it won't be completely new. Okay. It'll be very similar to one we have, and I'll say just change this criteria, but it's going to have this major of a business impact, and it's worth telling a story around it.
Yeah, that can be.
I will not throw something completely new on you, but it might have slightly different rule criteria, but I'll base it on something that we already have that's similar.
That's fine. That's fine, Scott. We can come up with that.
Yeah. I'll let you know if that's the case, but I'll try to work with what we have.
And,
sure.
And Mark, if you can share those SAP extracts for material, that will be helpful.
I'm sorry?
The SAP extracts for the material.
Right. So I've been writing the rules today, testing them out. Second rule I ran bombed out because of data types. And what I think I have to do is drop and recreate the tables with a different data type, redo the jobs, the extract jobs, load into the new tables, so these IA rules could run. So there's a lot of steps there. There is writing the SQL, re-importing through IMAM, re-import into data stage, redo the jobs, run them. So it's a multi-step process. But like I said, I don't want to have to spend my effort and Ashish's effort on tables we don't need to do right now. I want to get very focused now because we're at a critical point.
Okay, when's the next meeting? We got one tomorrow?
I think let's have one daily. This is helping.
I have a hard stop.
Yeah, I think we need.
I have a hard stop at 13 minutes. So.
Well, I think we've done this to death for today. We need Scott to get off and provide the subset of rules. We need Ashish to execute those rules, but we need to quickly turn around if Ashish has got any issues, or we can move on to the next step. It's my opinion.
Yeah, I'll put a invite on the calendar for tomorrow.
Sure.
I'll put it on for daily for the rest of the week.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Is the same time good for everybody?
Yeah, it's fine for us.
Yeah. All right. All right. I'll get that out shortly as soon as I can.
Sure.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print. Does everybody have that list?
The complete list? Yeah, we do have it.
Okay. All right. Because I have to, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to print the list. I actually have to run to an appointment right now with my wife that I cannot miss. I'm going to print the list and I'm going to bring it with me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to email to everybody a description of the rule. And it hopefully within like an hour of the rules from the list. As long as everybody's got that list. So
yeah,
it'll actually be the rule name because I know they all got the rule name. I'll email that rule name.
sure.
These are the rules that we need to concentrate on. That way you guys will have it as soon as possible. I don't want you guys to wait until I get home and, you know, I want to get it to you as soon as possible.
Sure.
So, all right. Any other questions?
Not for today. Just send us the rules, and then if we have any questions, we'll email them and have a follow up tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm printing it right now, and then I'll get that to you as quick as possible. Could be 15 minutes, could be an hour, but it'll be as quick as possible.
That's fine. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.